Paula here from My Whimsical Little World, and today I want to share with you my album that I made using my cinch machine. This one was pretty, well, it would have been super fast and easy, well, simple, not easy because it was easy, but it would have been fast if I had just stuck to the plan. But I took it a step further and another step further, and I still want to take it even further, but I feel I should stop or the poor thing's gonna explode. So I just got my cinch machine, and I got the Heidi Swap one, and I love it. Oh wow, how did I never have my hands on it before? Amazing tool, and the things that you can do with it, well, you've already seen my other video that I did on my iPhone there with just a little flip over album just to have on my desk. This one here, however, I made for my daughter, and I also wanted to show you, you know, other ways in using the products that you have at home. So I'm a hoarder. If you're a hoarder, raise your hand. I'm a hoarder. I love everything. I love product. I love crafting. I love the color. I love the texture. I love the print. I love it all. Project Life was a huge weakness for me, and I loved all the phrases and affirmations and the colors and design. It was incredible eye candy. So of course I had to have every single kit. Well, here I am with all the kits and no Project Lifing. I think I've done a few Project Life layouts, and that's about it. And I have actually given some away, and I still have quite a bit left. So I'm trying to find ways in how to incorporate them into my albums. So this album right here is actually made from chipboard, and the majority of the pages in here are actually all Project Lifestyle cards. They're not from the Becky Hagen's collection, actually. And I actually bought this set because it was a theme set. Well, they're all theme sets, but this was a theme set about family that I purchased from Tracy Sandu from the Embellished Connection. So Tracy, if you can put in what package I bought from you, and we'll figure it out and have a link there, and to let people know what I used. Okay, and then yeah, so I'll walk you through this album. And I guess the reason I made this album, first of all, is, as I said, for my youngest, and she's going through, you know, the whole teenage thing, the teenage angst, and you know, and also just struggling with having a sick mom. You know, what's it like? It's not the same, you know, as her friends, where they're able to do so much more in their life, and she has also limitations herself. So I just want her, you know, because as she's going through her teenage, she's in that middle phase right now and adjusting, and then having a sick parent, and then herself having medical needs, you know, that's a lot for someone at her age to deal with. And I just want her to remember that we love her and that this is her home, you know, and despite all of it, you know, she has family who loves her, and we are here to support her, and we need her support as well. So this is why I made this book for her, just to keep things, make notes, and she loves to take pictures. So I have a Fuji camera, for, you know, that I share with my kids, and so she can take pictures and put them in there, or, you know, she has an iPhone, so she can do the same with that too. But anyways, this is for her. Okay, so I will go ahead and talk about what I did here. So as I said, the cover I made from chipboard. I just measured out the size a little bit bigger, wider, and taller than the actual Project Life cards. And I keep saying Project Life cards. I don't know what else. It's not Becky Hagen's though, so I just want to make sure that that's clear. So I made the album covers just slightly bigger than that of the cards. And then I only did, there's 6 holes that I made there with the cinch. And let me tell you that I had done it and then undone it, and, like, you know, taken it apart and then redo it so many times, you know, because there is a little bit of a learning curve on how to bind these things, you know, making sure that you get them on proper And also sometimes you go back, you think, oh, I'm missing something, I gotta go back and put it in there. So then you gotta take it all apart again. You just have to be careful not to cut it, and just bend it nicely, you know, so that you can use it again. You don't want to ruin it. But I've done it several times, so there you go, proof that it's not ruined. I do have to figure out how to do my corners, because, or the tips I should say, because I don't know if you can see there, but the tip is sharp, and I'm not comfortable with that. So I'll probably get like a little rubber stopper or something there to put, so she doesn't hurt her fingers or gets anything caught in it. Okay, so the front, I just basically I cut out some stars on my silhouette, and these are just stickers that I purchased. I believe it's the Mambo stickers. You know, that new line of Mambo thingies. I think that's what it's from. And then they had some chalkboard stickers too. So it was a pretty good deal, $5 for like 3, or actually there was like 6 layers of stickers, a big package. So I was like, yes, good deal. I wasn't complaining. And so I used some of the stars from there and just carried it over. The paper that I used to cover the albums, and other times when I used this paper, is Kissing Booth paper. And I have tons of that because I used to sell the paper. So see, I'm using all of my supplies that I didn't sell, especially the paper. Okay, so here, I'm gonna get all this untangled. I just made a really simple little locket here for our charm for her, and with a key, you know, just to symbolize home, your heart, and then of course peace sign, because you gotta have some peace in your life. So I thought it was really cool, and then I tried to stick with the colors that I have already in the album. My husband helped me organize my ribbon on Father's Day. What a man. And we organized them all and got them all, you know, where they're not all astray. So then I was able to better coordinate my ribbons here. So I selected a few ribbons here, and I tied them into bows, and then of course I just wanted some dangling because I just thought it was so cute. Okay, so I'll take you inside the album now. I just love this album. I really wanted it to be interactive, and for her just to touch and pull and, you know, take out and put in. I just wanted all that for her. So on the front inside here, I was going to initially do a waterfall, but I just felt it would have been so small, so I didn't like it. I didn't like the idea. And then it dawned on me, hey, what about this cool contrast thingy? So I thought, oh, that's cool. She will definitely like that. And here she can put pictures if she wants, or she can stamp it, doodle, whatever she wants to do. A lot of these pages I left alone on the back because they already have like affirmations or phrases, whatever, you know, on them. And then I thought I would leave the back alone so that she can add a picture or journal or something like that. I inked everything. The entire album is inked with my latest stamp, or my latest distress ink, Rusty Hinge from Tim Holtz. I love that stuff. It is messy. It's really juicy, so I do have to be careful with it. And it's all over the album towards the back because it's that good. And then, I mean, when I say all over, like it just got all over. Okay, so here's one of the cards I did from the set that I bought for the Project Life. And again, it's just phrases, you know, to tell her. They're all about family. It's all directed towards family. And I left the back blank. I did some tags with some twine, and then I stamped it with some of my stamps that I have. Here all I did was, on this craft sheet right here, I just took my distress ink and then tapped 2 colors in different spots to have an area, and then I sprayed it with my mister here, and then I took the tag and just laid it on and pressed it, and then just kind of held it down so that it would, it absorbs it. Like you can see little markings like this, which is kind of cool. The paper absorbs all that ink. And then I just let it dry. And then when that was dry, I then did the other side, and I stamped on the other side as well. I have the metal key on the outside, and I also have just like I found this in some Affirma pack that I bought in a package, and it had a key, and I thought that was really cool, and so I added that in there. 10 reasons our house is a home. So I just want her to remember why we are a home here, you know, and that despite mom being sick and her having limitations and, you know, kids going on vacations and cottaging and, you know, all of that, you know, she does have a home, and it's a pretty good home. Right now we're in limbo because we're moving and we're waiting for our new home to be built, so we won't have that happen in our lives until December. So for right now it's limbo and we're in a sardine can, but it's still our home, you know, wherever you are, it's your home. So I want her to remember that, and I left the back all blank for her. And I love how this pack has the chalk colored, like the chalk style paper with some stuff, and that was what I was saying, like home is wherever you are, you know. We're not in our new home right now, in our forever home, we're just in transition. Be patient. While I was looking for brads, I found these cool paper clips. You see, I have so much product that I don't even know what I have. So I thought that was really cool. So I added some of that, and those are one of the bad things about being in a confined space, because I have an awesome craft space that my husband has given me here in this home here, and but everything is all squished, so everything is everywhere and I can't always find what I need. So sometimes I come through my product by little surprises looking for something else, like for instance the paper clips, you know, so it's nice sometimes. Here's another one that says, I love my family because, you know, also just to remind her to, you know, to be there for her family as well, that she has siblings who adore her. And again, I left all the backs here blank. I went through my digi stamps to see which one would best represent her, like the cheekiness, and there was one that was the winking one, but she's not cheeky enough for me. That would remind me of my daughter, whereas this one does, and it just reminds me of her when she was little with her pigtails and things like that. And I used the Lawn Fawn stamps for right here, and I just crisscrossed them just to say I love you. Just she finds that painting, she's like, yeah, I love you. You know, remember that. Don't forget it. For the bubble gum, I colored it with a BV00 or BV01, and then I did the white gel pen right here, and I think you can see it there. I just put one of those, like an epoxy sticker they call it, just to make the bubble look more, well, so it's 3D and it sticks out, and it's just one other thing to touch there. I couldn't find my distressor, you know, and when I was cleaning up to tape, I found my distressor, so I couldn't find this one when I needed it, so I had to resort to using my nails. And yes, I did the distressing with my nails. You'd be surprised how great a job a very sharp nail can do. So I couldn't find it, but my nail came in handy. So that was great. I left the back there, so I might find a picture that I'll add there for her, of her when she was little. And, you know, just for her to write down a week or something, or whatever she wants to write. I left that blank. I left it all blank there so she could doodle and write. To remember that today is a gift. When I do cuts in my Cameo, I always have like leftovers of something. So, and I'm a hoarder, and on top of that, I can't throw things out. I keep everything. So, luckily though, I did keep this piece right here, and that I'd used for a stencil. And, of course I didn't use a negative one. And then I just punched it. So it worked out perfect. It was a little bit longer, but I just cut it to size, and it fits just right. And then this awesome page right here. Now, I doubled it up here. It's still gluing. I doubled it up right here, I made a little cloud envelope. And I wanted to use a different glue instead of the tape, so it's still setting. And inside, and I was going to do tags, but then I thought, nah, I'm just going to put some funky cards. And my kids are always going around doing this thing, just do it, you know, or let's do this or something. But that thing with Shia LaBeouf, just do it. So that's what that reminded me of, and that's why I wanted to put it in there. And then I left the back blank if she wants to add something. And then, of course, another card here, and in the back it's blank. That way she can do, again, whatever she wants. And then it fits nicely in that pocket that's going to dry. And then some more cards, and she could put in the back. And then I was also a membership hoarder. Yeah. Who else loves memberships? I do. Wow. But I slowly got out of them because I realized I have a problem. So now I'm using all the supplies that I got, and I'm not using them in the card kits or the scrapbook layouts or anything like that. I'm using them for whatever. These envelopes came in a Studio Calico card kit, I believe it was, and I just punched some holes in it with the cinch and attached the paper flower, and I squished the flower because I didn't want it so perfect, and I didn't think she'd want it perfect either. She's not that type of girl. So I just squished it and glued it real good. And it's an envelope so she can stuff whatever she wants in there. And that's what I used for the stencil, so I just put it on there, which worked out great. Another card here, and I wanted to have things sticking out from the top and the bottom. So I had to, but also do it gracefully so that you couldn't see the back, because that's actually a brad. And so it has a rotating little flag there. And so I just doubled up on 2 different cards. I used a straight card, and you can see that my gluing is horrendous because I totally missed there. But I love this paper here. It's so nice. It's so pretty. And then, of course, I did that upside down. We'll just say it was a happy accident, because kids always make mistakes, right? Then there was this card here that came in that pack that I bought from Tracy, and I love it. You know, perfect. And then this paper here was just paper I got from the Affirma pack that came with that key one, the key shape that I showed you, and then more Mambo stickers there. I thought it would be a great contrast. And I also love this paper. I'm going to one of these days take some book and do some watercoloring on it, because I really love that look. It's just beautiful. Just do a whole book of it. And that's a message, you know, that's so important for kids. Believe in yourselves and don't be afraid to fly. And there it is, believe. There's also butterflies all over the place, here and there, towards the end. Just because for me that's a part of me and how I feel about butterflies. You know, butterflies being that they can fly, they have the freedom, and they're so beautiful, you know, and they can just go anywhere, and they're just so magical and so lovely. So I really wanted to put that in there. And then just for goofing, I put the believe here, but I wasn't paying attention to my cutting here, so next time I'll need to pick a better font. And there's the stars that I used for the front of the cover there. And then pink I put in there because I love pink. She doesn't like pink, but I love pink. So there's got to be a little bit of me in here to remind her of me. This one here is another envelope, and this is just a tag that I got from the Echo Park little kits that they send with brads, and a sticker from the Mambo, and then I used the envelope this time, flipping it just to have, you know, a different change. They're not all the same. And then, of course, I love the wood grain. There's no place like home. There never is. Another one of the butterflies. And some more. Again, another tag that I did. And my twine is falling off there. And there's some more inking on the back of that. And this one I did more I elongated, right? And that way it would be sticking out of the book. Now on this page here, I used this week's digi, Fair Princess, And there's another one of the paper clips I was telling you about. I was coloring her up so late at night, and I wanted to do this initially, have the little girl like a princess, because that's how she was always like when she was a little girl. And my daughter's name is Ireland, and we always thought like the Princess of Ireland because she's half Irish. And so I just colored the dress all green and put some, I don't know if you can see, but there's some glitter all over the place. And yes, you can see my boo-boos everywhere because it was late and my eyes were tired and the ink got all over the place. But great job my nails did on the distressing. And I wanted to have like an interactive thing, right? So I would attach here. I attached it with a brad. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave it like this or if I'm going to cover it up with another card here. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. But when she opens it up, she's going to find this little robot in a jar. Robots I put in there because, again, it's me. I love robots. If you know me, you know that I adore robots. And this little robot was given to me by one of my dearest, dearest friends, Lisa. And I miss you so much, and I hope I see you again soon. And thank you for this lovely little robots. There was 3 of them in a pack. And I stamped my jar. I have them actually right here. So there's the jar. I stamped onto some plain paper. And then here's the little robot. And I just made sure that he was on that border there. And then I colored him up with my Copics. And then after doing that, when it was a little bit good, like, you know, nice and dry, but you can see a shine there. I used my glossy accents so that it would have there is a feel to it. There's texture. I love tactile. I'm so tactile, you know, and I need to touch. And my kids love to touch everything too. So this is perfect. She can touch and it feels cool. And if she wants, she can doodle around it. There is no message about me being trapped in the jar, you know, or anything like that. I just thought it was kind of a cute idea to put the robot in the jar. Because right now all my robots are in boxes. And then on the other side, I used one of my stamps that I got a couple years ago, actually, from Simon Says Stamp. Encourage your hopes, not your fears. And then she could put a picture back here, or like I said, I don't know. I'll probably put something there. I don't know. And she can add whatever. And then she would just attach it like that and have it sticking out. I love things when they're just sticking out. It looks messy but tidy. Does that make sense? Then again, some more cards. Some more pretty butterflies. Where did I get the butterflies? I think the butterflies are Recollection, and yeah, I think so. And they're layered. They're almost like vellum. They're actually quite cool. Which gives you an idea, you know, if you have some butterflies stamps, stamp them on vellum. Yeah. I used my new dies that I got. That's what I didn't mention, from Tailored Expressions. My clouds, I love them. I've been waiting for my stitch clouds, so they came in. I have another envelope, and then here's like, I don't know if she'll get the message there or not, but it's like, look here, family matters most. Above all, family matters most. You know, I want to send that message out loud and clear to her. You have your family, girl. So lean on us. And then some more pages. And then, of course, a reminder that anything is possible, regardless. You know, I was watching a movie the other day, and I probably won't get the quote right, but, you know, they were talking about, you know, everything will be okay. And you know how you always hear that from your friends. It's like, don't worry, everything's going to be okay. No matter what, everything's going to be okay. It takes you a while to wrap your head around it, but regardless of what direction it goes in, everything is going to be okay. You know, life is going to go on, and you're going to adapt, and it's going to be okay. You just go day by day, and that anything is possible, especially when you're so young. Anything is possible. The end, I did another little waterfall for her, so she can have fun and play with that. And then the back is just a repeat of the front, and I just did some layering on the back here, like packaging. And then I added a Mambo, I think it's Mambo or Mombi sticker. It says I love you, of course, with a little bit of bling. Couldn't help but put the bling. And so that is my album that I made for my daughter, and I hope you liked it, and I hope it gave you a different way to use your project life cards that you may have laying around. And I'll see you next time. Have a creative week.